Aquarius, this is going to be a reading for you. This is going to be for the next 48 hours, which is July 17th through the 18th. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep in mind, this is general, so only take what does apply to you, let the rest fly. If at any point you want a personal session with me, just check out my Linktree link listed in the description box, okay? Also, if you want to see more of my readings and you're not subscribed already, make sure that you do subscribe so that you can join the tribe and get notified whenever we make an upload here. And like the video for the YouTube algorithm if you want to see more of our readings, and also if you want this video to get out to anybody who may need to see this message, okay? So before we even get into the reading, let me adjust you guys. Okay. So before we even get into the reading, the first thing I want to kind of get into is just what I've been overall meditating on energy-wise for you guys. And during this time frame, the first thing I was kind of picking up is destinies at play. And when I say that, Aquarius, this is things that are happening that were pretty much set in stone in terms of your path. And these events that may take place have a lot to do with a lot of other events that will be taking place in the future. So if there is anything out of the norm that takes place or anything drastic that happens during this time frame, really take note of it, because that may have like a running theme for the next couple of months. For some reason, I'm really getting that energy. Okay. Now, another thing that I'm kind of picking up here, there's a lot of maturity that you guys are, or let me not say maturity. There's a lot to do with like a mature perspective that's shuffling in, where there may have been confusion, a lack of understanding. You guys are really starting to see things from a different point of view. And this is from like a mature, removing yourself from the situation perspective. And that's like specifically for some of you. Now, also during this time frame, there's a lot to do with like what will fulfill you that comes up. So you guys may have question in terms of what you ultimately want. Love-wise, career-wise, this is an awesome time for you guys to also work on like developing a business, a brand that you're working on. Some of you may be also kind of thinking about some past experiences you may have just recently went through, or some experiences that may be blocking you from actually moving forward in terms of love or anything like that. But let me go ahead and pull the cards here now that I kind of let you guys know what I was feeling. The first card is going to represent you and your situation. So first card, Aquarius, is the Nine of Materials in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, some of you don't really want to be single from someone. And it may be difficult with you processing the fact that you guys may be on a break or just not on the best terms, okay? Some of you are actually in a relationship right now, and you could be wanting to feel more supported by your person. Or there may be like some sort of issue in terms of finances where one partner is picking up the slack financially for the other partner. Okay. Some of you also may feel like career-wise, like you may be working a job where, yeah, it may have been supporting you at one point, but you guys may be wanting more. You may want to branch out and try different opportunities or go in different directions. I also have the Queen of Inspiration, or the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Voices, or the Eight of Swords, clarifying. And with this has a lot to do with also a fire sign, an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, that you guys may be feeling some type of way about, because you guys are separate or not together, and you're going through the process of letting go of this encounter you may have had with this individual. Okay. Now, this also has to do with your personal motivation too, and coming out of a space of being like trapped in your own thought process and thinking negative thoughts, and basically getting back into the groove of moving and things and yeah, especially when it comes to creative ideas. Now, when it comes to what I see for what actions you can take during this time frame, I have the the 6 of materials in reverse. So this is recognizing where there is some imbalances, where you may be giving a lot of yourself to a particular situation or person, and the energy is not being reciprocated here. Okay. Another thing that I'm seeing with this, with you acknowledging that, you guys need to make steps or take steps to get yourself out of that situation. So if you're in a connection with someone where you're constantly having to call them, text them, get them to actually show interest in wanting the relationship to work out just as bad as you do, this is you realizing, look, that's not fair. It's same thing with the job. If you're working a job where you're not necessarily getting the pay that you know that you be what? You're not getting necessarily the pay that you know that you deserve, but you know that you're always constantly putting your best foot forward. You're always working extremely hard, and you're not making enough money. This is calling a spade and moving in another direction, or making plans to do so, taking steps. Now, what I see in terms of the obstacle or challenge that may come up, I do have the 4 of materials, which would be the 4 of pentacles. So this could be holding on tightly to something. And with you holding on so tight, it doesn't leave any room for other opportunity to shuffle in. So what may be the issue here is that some of you may be holding on to a relationship too tightly, or a certain individual. And it's putting you at a disadvantage because it's also leaving you stuck and complacent. This could even, like I said, be a job where you're holding on tightly to it because you have to pay bills, you have responsibilities, but it's also leaving no room for advancement and making more money. Some of you also, it could be spending habits. You may be needing to put money away for a rainy day, because there always is one. Okay. Now, the next card, this is going to represent the future. And we have the Hierophant. So this has a lot to do with some of you, your marriage, your relationship, or your spiritual beliefs. Your personal morals as well may be coming into play. A lot of you may be questioning your personal beliefs. Yeah, this is questioning your personal beliefs. This is trying to make sense of things that are happening around you in a more spiritual sense as well. Some of you are trying to look at things from more of a spiritual point of view than more so a 3D perspective. Now, the last card, this is going to represent what you guys will have to face during this time frame that you may have been avoiding. Okay. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Materials, in this deck. So this is, again, any financial struggles that you may be going through, where you're feeling like money's not shuffling in as fast as you would like it to, or you're like rebuilding your finances after having to spend a crap ton of money on something. This could also be more so the energy of you guys having to rebuild a connection in order for it to continue to exist. And that may be something you guys may have not necessarily been avoiding, but that may be something that's needing to be a priority more than anything. So this is what I see. I hope I did put things in perspective and that you did enjoy. If you did, thumbs the video up, subscribe, check out the description if you need a reading, and I'll see you in the next one.